That baby.
I love when they have dark hair and blue eyes. And I love when they have dark eyes and blonde hair.
Oh my gosh.
Her Joes are pretty green.
Green?
Yeah.
Cute.
Blondie, curly hair.
I just want to make sure that I'm recording.
There's some of those.
Yep, I'm recording.
Anyone else that countries?
So I pressed this button earlier that was swap displays. So you would see what I see. Now I'm changing it so it's normal button. Right. All right. Here we go. Ready, set, go. Can I move this? All right. So Jess and I talk a lot about just like what this last year has been like. And it has been, getting systems in place. We've worked on workshops and podcasts and Bob Heilig and Melanie Mitro and like all the things, right? But it has helped us change our mindset, how we post and how we, doing live videos, how we have systems for onboarding and recruiting, all that kind of good stuff. And I think I love that quote of it's not about achieving the goal, but it's who you become in the process. I feel like I personally, for myself, I would say my business hasn't changed so much, but my personal growth is huge. And Steve would say, like, you're a different person. The things that you're more confident in, the things that you've worked on has made a huge difference. So I feel like it's super exciting of where we're at. Can I go to the next page? Here we go. So we have added 23 ambassadors in November and 35 in December, which is awesome and so incredible. But now our next step really is that retention. What do we do to keep those people on? Because we all know that you can add and they can drop off very quickly. And that's naturally going to happen. And I think I want everyone to have that mindset of you're going to add and that attrition is going to happen. If we do it right, we really have the opportunity to change people's lives with their health, to change our business, to change people's finances, all of that good stuff. So what do we do? Like, how do we get started? What do we need to do first? So one of the things I want to really make sure that everybody understands is when you get that first yes, you get that first interest, the first intro of I would like more info, or yes, you sent that message that says, if I sent you a video, would you watch it? And they say yes. Or yeah. I won't even quite yet, but
sorry.
No,
sorry.
totally, yeah. They're just like separated by, yeah.
And we can send this to you guys too, just so, you know what I mean? If you're crazy taking notes.
Yeah. But when they get that first yes, our first process that we want to make sure that we're doing is adding them to the health and happiness page. So if you're on my team, we have our own, and if you're on, everyone else, we're on to the big health and happiness page. We want to make sure that we're adding them, and I changed it a little bit. They say it's called ATM, and I added the R onto the end, and I'll tell you why. So when they first give you that first, I'm interested in more. Yes, I will listen to more information. Add them to that health and happiness page. And when we add them, we want to tag them. So looking at the little graphic that's up there, you can see that Carol is gray and Allie is gray, but then Lindsay is blue. So when they are blue, that means that they have accepted the invitation to the page and you can tag them. Okay, so that's very important because when you tag them, they will not see it unless it's highlighted blue. So just making sure that is happening. So we want to send them this message, and I sent this onto our thread today, so you have that saved. If I were you, I would take that, and we're going to maybe write yourself a little note right now. We're going to have some workshop time at the end where we kind of organize all of our things and make sure we have things where we can access them easily. But when you send the message that says, hey, Allie, I'm super excited to share with you what I'm learning about gut health and how it affects our lives. I've added you to our health and happiness page. It's filled with great information. You'll need to accept the invitation in order to see the post I think might be interesting to you. So you're kind of leading them a little bit like, hey, you have to accept this before you can see what I think is going to be helpful to you. Let me know when you've accepted this invite so I can tag you. So if you go add them and you tag them right away, it's kind of a waste of your time. You have to go back and check and see when they've accepted the invite and all that kind of good stuff. So if you send this message, add them, send them this message, and they'll reply to you saying, hopefully, you know, in the perfect world, they'll reply and say, yep, I added myself, I'm all set. Like I have some people that are like, done, you know, and then I know I can go and tag them on something so that's more useful for, you know, getting them on that page. The other reason we want to add them to the Health and Happiness right away is once you add an ambassador and you are like throwing all this information at them, this is their first little intro to give them testimonies and all the good stuff that you know that's on Health and Happiness page, and just kind of start building that belief with general info. We want to do more. We did a really good job at the beginning. We want to do more challenge groups inside the Health and Happiness so it's not so Plexus focused, and we'll get back on that track again. So then I like to add the link for them so that they have that page link right there so they can go and accept it, and it's all right, easy for them to access. So what I added was the R, and that's where we want a response back. And this is one of the things that's so great about all these training groups that we are involved in. So recently, Bob said that when you are on a group, if it is one person preaching at, it's not a community, and people will not see as many of those posts. So when you get a response from someone, and that's why we want you guys to respond on all of our, you know, on the Drink Pink page or on the Health and Happiness page. If you get that response, tagging them on things and asking them a question so that they respond there brings up the algorithm. It gives extra points. It is a good thing. The other thing that gives extra points is you can see how there's a heart on Jeannie's post there with Lindsay. A heart gives more points than a like does. So, you know, if you just think about the algorithm and what people are going to see, you want higher points and want more information to reach them. If you press a love on any post anywhere, it will serve them more, if that makes sense. So this slide, just adding them to the Health and Happiness page, doing the ATM where you're going to add them, you're going to tag them on something that's pertaining to them. The blue needs to be, that means that they've accepted. You have that message in our convention thread. We'll save that to your phone, and getting them to respond is going to help all things. Does that make sense, everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then units 1, 2, and 3, and the most important unit ever. So I might have to go, let me see, it's gonna let me, perfect. It wouldn't let me last time. So when you first, I just wanna make sure everybody understands this. When you first go to the team page, it's gonna go to discussion. If you go over to units, all good things are in the units. Everything that you would possibly need is in the units. So when we first add someone to our team, what was I talking about? What was I just going to share with you? Oh, yeah. So units 1, 2, and 3. This first one is our Drink Pink welcome. So this, you want to tag them on this. They, again, are going to respond, hopefully, where it's who they are and what got them into Plexus. Okay? So then when you go down to the next unit, unit 2, is this getting started checklist. Make sure that you are tagging people on this. You can look above and see what other people have said. Usually I say something like, go ahead and print this off. The next time we chat, I'll help you fill this out. It's just going to have all the things that they need and give them that extra boost of, oh, that's right, I need to have my subscription on, or, oh, that's right, this is where that link is to that page, or whatever. Then the next one is unit 3. This one is huge, you guys. And Jeannie, you tell me, was this video convincing for you when Brooke talked about, yeah, I don't think Jeannie would be here with us today if she hadn't watched that video, because we met.
You kind of helped me in that process.
Well, for sure. But we met for coffee, and she was like, I'm not sharing. And then I was like, okay. You know, but I tagged her on this, and it was just another tool, not me saying it's going to be okay. Yeah.
I thought I might at some point, but I was like, I know we're in kindergarten, I don't have time right now.
Yeah. Yes, we did. That was our goal. And I'm like, great, when Nora's in kindergarten, we'll just like start building belief and start, you know, working on things so you have the knowledge to feel like you're comfortable to share. So
how quickly are you taking 1, on 2, on 3? I mean, like, are you waiting for them to get done with 1 and then?
Nope. So, what just happened? Oh, there she is. There's Brooke. We don't want that. right away. Like, so when they join, I would do 1, 2, 3, like, and send them a similar message to the one we just did where, okay, you need to accept. And I have a couple, you shared your message with me about that. I have a couple things that I'm tagging you on that are important for you to get started. They have that energy and excitement right at the beginning. So getting them on there, is important. And this video of Brooke's, I think, is priceless. It really, I think, touches on the idea that if you don't share, someone else is praying for what's going on for you right now. And you might have the tools to really change someone else's life. And if you don't share that, it's really selfish. And not to be cruel, but it's like when I think about myself and not sharing, it was selfish not to share because I had someone to get help. I mean, it changed my life. It took my migraines away and made me a different person. So anyway, so 1, 2, and 3. I do it quickly.
In
right?
that message too, I always say something about the chance to win.
Yes. And when it's the chance to win, totally true. They do. And that gets them on there. And they're like, oh, okay, I want to win something free.
Things, check it out. It's a great chance to watch a good video on free product.
Yes.
Are you the one giving the free product?
Well, this last time we did 2 because now Christy has kind of come back just because of the Facebook algorithm stuff.
Yeah.
It's just is getting harder to see
with my
stuff changing pages. It just sucks. So then we'll pick one from the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't mind. I mean, ever.
No, because it's $30 or whatever. And it also is just, it's getting a great product in their body and it's just going to contribute to their success. And it's going to have them watch that video. Priceless. That's worth $30. Right? Plus you get points, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So the best unit ever, we just added this. You guys have seen a lot of this and I gave you, this is the start of the printouts. So let's go back to that page so you can see. I'm going to go back to units again. And the 4th spot is the best unit ever, okay? So the first one is that video from Brooke. The next one is this document that you all have of developing silvers. So I'm going to click on this because this should be on the forefront of your mind at all times. This is like the key to how to do all things. And I love it because it's really very simple. So when you look at when it starts and you're enrolling people over the phone, right across the top, you're going to explore, the shareables with them, showing them where the shareables are. And I like to say to people, hey, this is like I want to show you a spot that's going to help you understand why you need to be on these products, why this is going to help you. And I'll take them over and show them how they can watch the videos, how there's a little link. And I say something like, when you're doing laundry or cooking dinner, listen to one of these videos a day. I want them to learn about it, but it also helps them understand it's really easy to share this with somebody else. And then I say something like, and if you have a friend that's interested, this is how easy it is to share. You don't have to know anything, just share the little link. So then asking them right away, who do they know that needs Plexus? Inviting them to post, that's super scary, but put your big girl pants on and just do it because some will and some won't. But, then you're determining where they are on here. When I've been working with Tracy and Julie and Jeannie on Saturday mornings, we refer back to this all the time. Well, where are they? Okay. Cause they're like, okay, what do I do? I don't know. It's all right here. And it's so nice to have, us together looking at it together. But, if you look down, it tells you exactly. And, ask them who is going to be your partner. Ask them, if they're in the red column, that first one, show them where the shareables are. Add them and tag them on the post, follow up with their victories. That's one thing that I have changed that's made a huge difference for me is when I am checking in and they have the smallest thing, like, oh my gosh, I'm sleeping through the night. I go in for it. I just right away say, there are people praying for that. Will you do me a favor if I send you the verbiage? Will you share that on Facebook? That's huge. There are people that are not sleeping that are suffering. Will you send that? And sometimes they're like, no, that's scary. And then I always say, this comes right from Brooke, all things are done all scary things. I'm going to encourage you to do it in fear. All good things are done that are a little bit scary. I'm not saying that right, but you get what I'm saying. just face it and try it. And sometimes they're like, okay, all of a sudden they post and they tag me and I'm like, holy crap. So, but knowing that, you know, when people say, yes, but I'm not going to share, or yes, but I want to have a story before I share, as soon as they have that smallest little thing, they're sleeping through the night, ask them, oh, some people are praying for that. Like, let me send you some verbiage and you can share it. What do you think? Then I think having them on that 7-day challenge and asking them, like, I think we forget that sometimes, that you have to find all these new people to go on to your 7-day. You don't. You have people that have people right now. You have to remember that their warm market is yours. So when they are sleeping through the night, that then you reach out and say, hey, I have a 7-day coming up. It's only $20. Do you have any friends that you think might want to do this? And then sometimes I'll sell with the $20. I sell it out of my stuff. I don't make them mess with it. But then when they sign, they go under that person, you know. And then asking about the accountability partner. So you can see, like, down each row, it tells you exactly what to be doing. And so I have this on the very front of my binder. I refer to it all the stinking time. So that's the first one in your printout. Then what's the second one? Okay, the flow. First is the video, then there's the flow chart. Then you guys, I gave you the ambassador, the new enrollment process. I've used this and it's so nice. Right, right. And it's so great because it tells you exactly what to say, and it's perfect.
And we have 100% backup orders on.
Awesome. Subscriptions on.
Which is like unheard of.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to be like one person, or like they would turn it on and then it would turn off, or I don't know
Yeah.
what was happening, but it was bad.
That's awesome.
So that's huge, because if we can get it to come even just a second month in a row, it's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Okay, I keep on putting a new one in.
So I
Okay.
have a question.
Yeah.
About a lot of my people have enrolled on their own, or some of them recently, and I haven't had a conversation with them at all.
Mhm.
And I'll be like, can I call you? Like, let's chat tomorrow or Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, what's your phone number? And you know, people that are like a little more distant, and I can't get a conversation with them on the phone.
Mhm.
How do you show them the shareables, or some of that info? Like, how would you reach out when you can't get them on the phone and do it
Yeah.
together?
Usually, so if I've sent them the video, it says this is not, and I'll tell them this too, and we'll get to the video in a minute, but I always tell people this is not sold at Target or GNC for a specific reason. Like, you need coaching through this. I don't want you to waste your money, so give me a call so I can help you through. You can't just follow the directions, because your body's going to be really mad at you. So if they follow the directions that are just straight up on the bottle, they're going to be really uncomfortable. And so just honestly and kindly telling them that, like, hey, let's set up a time to talk, because I don't want you to waste your money. And if you don't, there's things that we may have to tweak for your body. What I take and what you take might be very different, but I can coach you through that. Yes and no. I mean, I think also I've learned, and I would like to know what you think about this too. If they don't respond to me, okay.
They're not good. They're not a shareable person. Then. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can only try so hard, and then
Yep.
if they can't even talk to you on the phone, they're not going to be sending a shareable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, and it is what it is. Maybe later, someday, when
Yeah.
they're super excited, you can reach out again, but I wouldn't spend my time on it.
And you just never know. Like, I have one that just shared recently that was under Holly and didn't like it, and now has been commenting on my posts and came back around. And so we restarted her under Holly, and now she shared. So you just never know at what point they're going to come to that
Just let
place
them
either.
do their thing, yeah.
Yep. And so if they, yep, I am here to support if you let me support you. It's kind of like what Bob says, you step by step. But if they don't make an effort to let me help them, then fine. Then do it your own way. I'm here. And I've even gone as far, like, I had one who absolutely would not respond ever. I would send her each check-in, like, this is what I need to know. And at the end, she said, well, I need to shut off my order. I don't want it anymore. And I was kind, but I said, this is why it's not sold at Target. You have to communicate. And I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to coach you the way I would have liked to. And she didn't respond, but I'm sort of like, don't go say that Plexus didn't work for you because you didn't do what you're supposed to do. So I know that if I saw her anyway right now, I would feel like, hey, I'm still here to help you, but you have to let me help you. And if you don't, that's your choice. And that's okay. Because they might do it and they might love it.
She's like, and I had never asked her to share anything. So I was just like reaching out about, you know, like the 7-day and slim down. So I had sent her about 3 things in a week. And she goes, you don't understand. I don't want to share, or I don't want to sell this stuff.
Yeah.
I never asked you to
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I think just contacting her was too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I think,
I like got flustered inside. You know, I felt
oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
And sometimes I think we have to remember that other network marketers have done it in a different way. And that's not how we do it. But so people have their own baggage about how they've been treated or what they think we're going to do.
Holy cow, I was so not expecting that.
Yeah, I agree. I think like 90% of the time it's because they've had a really bad experience with an that they're like, I do not want to go.
Is there a way to make sure that we pre-frame ahead of time, like when maybe, and obviously if they order without us knowing about it or, you know, directing them, but like just, hey, just so you know, that I am going to be checking in with you. It's only because, you know, like some pre-frame, if you keep running into that, you know, just pre-frame that we're expressing that with people so they're aware that, hey, I'm going to check in with you. This is why, because it's not just Solar Target. This is the reason, because your body's
and that's different. That's in the little text video. Yep. Good. Are we good? Okay. Now the next one is the enrollment process. We talked about that. And after that is the road to recruiting. I think like if you have in your binder, have that flow chart, have the how to sign them up, and have this one where it's what things, like it tells you exactly each thing to say if they say yes or if they say no. It is so laid out and so duplicatable. So I have that all printed up there for you. But that unit, you know, it truly is. It truly is like the I know, we're like the most important unit ever. It is.
If anyone has a cooler name for it.
I love it. I love it. It's like, and my hope is to watch Brooke's video. I'm like halfway through and get notes for it so that you can just listen and later refer to the notes and grab stuff quickly. That's on my to-do list. Okay. Everyone good moving on? Okay. All right. So next steps, you know, things that are working, and just like asking you guys, like, are you using them? We talked about it on our Saturday morning meeting, and it was just kind of funny because Tracy and Julie and Jeannie were all like, no. But it just can be scary. Like you see all these systems we have, but it can feel like, it can feel scary to do it. So once they have ordered, so I kind of skipped the whole prospecting thing because I want us to be looking at what we're doing now so that we're retaining people. That's what the whole thing is about. So if you guys are hot spotting or you want to hop on your computers, it doesn't look like we are, but it's in Unit 7. There is, the unit is called Documents for Onboarding New Customers and What to Send New Ambassadors. So I'm going to go there real quick with you so you can see it. So I'm going down to Unit 7. Okay. So on this list is what to send new ambassadors. Click here. Okay, so this has Jess's video and my video. It's just a quick, we won't watch the whole thing, just so you can see it and know what I'm talking about. So it's the customer welcome video. Someone has ordered or they've signed. You're going to, and we'll talk about this of when to do it, but you're going to send this to them and follow up with the email. In the video, it talks about exactly what we were just saying. It talks about, you know, I'm going to be following up. I'm so excited that you put yourself first. You've made an investment in your health, like cheers to you kind of thing. There is on this document, there is a script for you to make your own. Tracy and we were talking about how we're doing, where I'm going to be taproting with her, which means I go down and work with her people. And then she gets to just listen how I do it. So I'm modeling how I do each check-in. And we were saying it's really nice for them to send my video because her people will have already had a taste of who I am and kind of know who it is they're talking to then when we do the check-in. So if you, it is kind of nice to have your upline do it, or either, I mean, you can, it doesn't matter. I mean, either one of those videos do it, but there is a script to make your own if you'd like. So sending that welcome text to them, and that tells them, hey, there's an email coming, okay? So the email, have you guys formulated your own welcome email yet? Good. Do you? Okay, so you should have a welcome email. So because the text says here's the email is coming and this is going to explain, you can take this exact thing, you can tweak it and make your own, whatever you want to do. But it really just talks about, we're so excited for you. There's a measurement sheet. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but it says right away, the scale is your enemy, so do not weigh yourself. I think it's really nice to just tap in to little spurts of information, like, yep, if you read it, I'm going to tell you to throw away your friggin' scale, you know, because like I got that the other day where someone's like, oh, I stepped on the scale, I know I'm not supposed to. I'm like, throw away the scale, because that's only going to defeat you. Then right here, I have open communication. Like, it's really important that we are chatting together and that we can, it's why it's not sold at Target. So I've said it in the video, I'm saying it again here. It also is asking them to join the health and happiness page and to join our team pages, and they will be tagging them on things, but they can't see until they accept. Then there's the measurement sheet, and then there's how to take your product. So most important thing on this document, and I gave you a copy of this, and maybe circle it so you know for sure, we do not want you to send this next one straight up like this. We don't want you to send all this information to people. It's way too much. So we have new documents that are in your stack too. So when you look at getting someone started, so let's say that they ordered the big weight loss pack. It is a different way of taking the products, but we really want to try it out. It's so awesome. It has all of, I want to have the whole sheet on there. It doesn't really matter, does it? It has all information that you would need. What we love about this is you can jump right from this into your first week check-in. So many times Jeannie and I would do their first getting started call, and it would take so long. Plus with this pack, with all these products, holy smokes, it was just a way too long conversation with way too much information. So you can see like the breakdown. First of all, you know, it tells like troubleshooting things. Metaboon can be taken with or without food. If you're having trouble sleeping at night, you know, change your BioCleanse instead of doing it at bedtime. You know, you can do your slim mid-morning or morning or mid-afternoon. It's up to you. Lean shakes can be used twice a day. It's just like a really great way of getting all that information out there. What things to watch for? Drink your water, okay? All things said right here in a really pretty sheet. So in this, what's that? Yeah.
So it says, the BioCleanse, 4 BioCleanse at night. So would you start taking them all together? Like right now I take 2 and 2.
Yep. You can try it. That doesn't work well for me, but again, everybody's different. When I switched it to the bookend way of taking things, it didn't go well for me. But I know like Emily Finnell takes it that way, Steve takes it that way, my kids take it that way. It just didn't work with my system. But my system, it seems I'm super sensitive to things. Yeah, but, and that's, yes, and it's also like, well, if you don't like that, it tells you right in that spot, you do have the option of doing it midday. So this is going to get them started at least. So if you think about that whole big pack, they're going to take their slim. Now it does say upon waking, it does in some of our information say that you should take it before the largest meal. Again, we can tweak that. It depends on how everyone's doing. They can do a lean shake as a meal. It also says here they can do it for 2 meals. They're doing 1 to 2 block, and then on day 4 to 7, they add in Metaburn and BioCleanse. One thing that I found when I started some of my people on this, you know, it has ProBio 5 or BioCleanse at bedtime. To me, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I just kind of looked at, are they pooping and not? If they're not pooping, then let's get them going to BioCleanse. Or like if they're a IBS person, yeah, it's kind of nice to front load with the ProBio 5, but it's only for a couple days. It's not like it's for very long. But I like this way of easing them in. We'll try it and see how it goes. But as always, that's why you're following up with people and you have that option to tweak their program. So with all of these sheets that you have in your packet right there, I'll get to this at the end, but I made separate emails for email with this welcome pack. Email with this with, give me another package, Triplex. So I can quickly add that and send it. You're not going to send the whole big thing because 90% of them do not know what they ordered. Like if you sent this, they'd be like, I don't know what I have. What did I order? I can't remember. But this gives you all of the documents so that you can make what we're going to do here at the end today. All right.
This is the old one.
Is it?
Just so people know.
What old one?
The what is that?
Oh, with Marco Polo on it. That's okay. You know what? I was thinking to leave the Marco Polo on there, just on that sheet. So in the email, we took Marco Polo out. The reason why is I give them that, like some of my people love communicating with Marco Polo. Others don't. I just didn't want to tell everyone, including like, you know, the 75-year-old grandma who's like, wow. Right. I know, exactly. So it does say join Marco Polo in there, but you can decide, you know, what I like to do at that check-in is say, what's your favorite way to communicate? Like, do you want to respond to my email? Do you want to, you know, you want to Marco Polo me? What you decide what's the best way, and we'll go from there. So that was yeah. Okay. So they've ordered. We're starting with that welcome video. That's either me or Jess. Then we have the, well, yeah, absolutely. Then send the welcome email with the appropriate graphic to get them started. And then here's the next thing that I do, and I think the best way to do this is to actually show you what I do. So the day that they place their order, I can look in the back office and see what the date is. And then I count forward 4 days. So if 1, 2, 3, 4. So if someone orders on this day, I count forward 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an Emily Gibson thing. I write their name. So Taylor ordered here. Well, she ordered in the other one. Doesn't matter. So if Taylor orders here, I write Taylor, 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 Taylor. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the fourth one, I put a star by her name because that is going to be when her order is going to go through. Mathematically, I don't really get it, but that's not my thing. But when you get to this one with the star, you have a couple days before their order goes through. So you can make that adjustment. 4 days forward is approximately when their product's going to arrive. So that gives you like, okay, I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4 follow-up. Okay?
So what are you doing on the third one?
I'll show you each of my check-ins and I send them for each one. Yep. But I find it's like, and I only do it for the first month, but this calendar is only for the check-ins. That's the only thing I use it for. And I keep my points in there. But it just, and then I can check off and I know which one I sent. I also have that in another recordable area we can talk about later. But so again, they order on this day. I count forward 1, 2, 3, 4. I write their name there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Star on the fourth one. The fourth one's going to tell me when their order is going to go through, so we can make adjustments. We can, if you know, worst case scenario, move the day a little bit. You know, whatever. I can talk to them about what it's going to look like. Okay. So that has been like a small change that I've done. That has helped me with my follow-up. Like, it sounds so silly, but it is. That has helped me so much. Okay. So I added unit 12. How are we doing on time here? What time is it?
12:19.
Okay, good. Yep, we good. Okay. So I added another unit, and I think Jess and I were laughing because we think it's another place too, but you know, it's all good. Where I have
I made that somewhere.
I'm like, somewhere, that's somewhere. So the check-in emails 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I think that's the end. Because this is what I wanted for us to do together now. And so you can walk away and have this all set and done. So I'm actually going to exit and stop my share. And I think we'll do, should I keep? Yeah, I'll keep recording. Okay, so now I'm gonna take you into my emails and how, so I have something, I'm doing, how do I say what I wanna say here? Let me get to my correct email. I use, what's it called?
Google Streak.
Yep, Google Streak. Do you guys know what Google Streak is? It's okay if you don't. And you can use this and not, you can use the snippets or save it in a different way. So you can see like, why is this so small? It just is. You can see where my streaks are. Often what I'll do is this tells me where my follow-ups are. And I did a video and posted it in the team page. Now it looks like I'm really behind, but I'm really not. I don't know why it's coming up that way. But I like, so it'll tell me who I need to follow up with next. Okay, so I feel like I'm not doing a good job of explaining this, but we'll get in there. Okay, so when I get into my follow-ups, so there's a video that tells you about how to set up your Google Streaks. It might be for you, it might not, and it doesn't, that's totally okay. But I have check-in. Now I'm going to take out this check-in 2 to 3 days out of here. I don't need that anymore. But I have check-in week 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So when I want to compose an email, and I installed this into Google Streaks into my email, so it allows me to do this. It has something called snippets down at the bottom. And if you don't have that little snippet thing after you install Google Streaks, there's 4 little boxes that you click on and the snippets come up. So I've created check-in 1, 2, 3, 4 with my emails. I also have my welcome emails with each document attached to it. So when I'm into, well, let's just go starting. So I have, like, just as my regular, I have a welcome email. I can click on that. It pops up with everything I want it to say. I don't have to retype that for anybody. You can take that welcome email and make that into either a snippet, so it's all saved for you, or you could just have, you know, a document with that. You copy and paste it in, whatever works for you. But this to me is like, it is a time saver. It is amazeballs. So I'm going to go and compose an email, and down at the bottom, I have my little snippets, but I have a welcome email then for each one of those graphics that I gave to you. So let's say they signed with the big welcome pack with all of those products. I can click on that, and it has my emails all set. It has the measurement chart, and it has the products that this is the, can I open it? This attachment is the graphic that I just showed you. So it's all ready to go, and I can send. Ready, set, send, all set, right? So I have one of those for each one of the welcome emails. Does that make sense to you guys? Mm-hmm. I can show you how to do that. So you have 2 choices. I would advise that you have that all set, because I used to place them all in when we first started, and it made me crazy. Or I would have like a sent email, and I'd be trying to copy and paste it. Yeah. This is like, did not take me long to set up. It was super easy, and it's 1 click and I'm off and running. So I have all the welcome emails done, and I also have the check-ins. So what I like to do is, so I'm on check-in 1. So I email this check-in that you have in our units. I made a snippet out of that, and I, boom, send it, gone. So then what I like to do is, a lot of people do not like email anymore. I'm one of them, because I have like literally 3,000 unopened emails right now. But I send them a text and I say, I sent you your first check-in. You decide how you want it. You can respond to me in email. You can send me a text. You can do Marco Polo. We can set up a call, whatever you want to do. And we'll, but these are the things that I want to know. So let's like look at one of mine recently. Julia was great. So Julia did, so she sent, what I did is I took her response. She emailed me back, okay? That was her response of how everything's going. I copied and pasted it right below, and in pink made my responses. So that is my opportunity to say, no, she's 18 and she's doing this with her mom. So I didn't ask her to share yet, but I feel like that's like a violation of mother-daughter trust. You know, I feel like I should do that yet. But I'm definitely working on her, because she's going to college next year. I could see this being really, really great for her. So really pumping in all of this stuff as far as, oh, that's so awesome. That's a celebration. That's so great. Responding how everything went. Then I can record that I did check in one. I guess my point is, it's just so nice to have these check-ins all set to go. I don't have to think about it. I can work on IPA. I don't have to work on that kind of stuff. So what I was hoping to do, you guys, is if we have time, is to help you, if you want to, put that Google Streaks in. You don't have to use those bars across the top. Maybe there's another way to save a draft of an email. I don't know, you guys. For me, the snippets work amazing.
And how do you add a snippet to Streak? That's what I don't know.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to stop recording. Can I do that?
Yeah.
All right, ready, set, done.
Okay.